Hi, it's me, Arma, and well, I did as I said for the first and last time, and I watched, I more so witnessed a very horrible, disgusting, vile piece of anything. I'm just over exaggerating, so the video it gives it a bit more punch, a bit more oomph, you know. You might be asking yourself or even wondering what I watched. Well, let me tell you, I watched this thing. I watched that. It was not good. Was it as bad as I was expecting it to be? Yes, it was. Slightly worse. Like when I say slightly, I mean a lot worse because the characters in that film do not follow anything. Okay, you got one character. I don't know any of their names, so I'll probably find a picture of the person and put it there. This person, the character that she plays in the film, just disappears. Like the whole concept of the film is that these girls are slowly getting taken away. They're getting kidnapped by Slender Man, but this person just doesn't get kidnapped. Goes insane. She just becomes an insomniac. I think that's the right word, the right usage of that word. But anyway, she just goes a little bit loopy and disappears. You never see her again. She doesn't die. She doesn't disappear. And if she does, that was just cut out of the entire film. If you watch the trailer to the Slender Man film, it is completely different. It is a different film to what the actual movie is, because the movie takes these characters and this idea that could be really cool and just splits it in half. It chops it into tiny pieces, turns them into a puzzle piece, tries fitting them together, but none of the pieces actually fit, so they get sellotape to actually hold them together. This is very convoluted, I'm aware, so I have a notepad and I've wrote notes here. So first shot or first scene, weird conversation. It's really weird. I don't get it. Another gripe with this film, there is no one main character, which, to be fair, most films now that focus on a group of people don't have one main character, but you still have one perspective. Whereas this is a horror film, so you don't necessarily need one person's perspective. You can have a group, which they did do, and the imagery in this film is really good. It's not the best, but it gets that sort of eeriness. Every character in this group has some sort of clichéness to them. That sounds weird to say. Joey, I think her name's Joey King, the actress. Her character is the, not goth, not emo, the sort of punk person. Then you got the other group who are the other people in the group who are they're boring, but not necessarily in the sense that they're boring, as in being normal. They're just flat characters. They have no personality. They're just nothing. It's kind of like a 50-year-old man wrote this film, not knowing how teenagers act. It's kind of like that. You see, that's the joke, because in fact, it was I say old person, it was a person in their 40s to 50s that did write this film. And this film, I think it took quite a long time to actually be made. Why was this film made? It was made because Slender Man is a scary thing. It's horror, it's spooky. They released the film 4 or 5 years after Slender Man was a thing. So that was mostly because of studio interference, and then producers and other voices chatting and ripping this film apart. 2018's The Rings, where it's technology's the focus of that technology is the reason why these monsters, or this monster happens or possesses these group of people. So they watch a video, right? It's not even a scary video. I could make a video like that, and it is just dumb, and somehow that brings Slender Man into their world. How and why? Yeah, and I even wrote down on my notepad, this is The Ring but worse. I even timestamped it, so it's 9 minutes and 42 seconds into the film. I even wrote, this is trying to give me a seizure, because I remember that TV shot, or like the laptop shot, very vividly. Because like one person's like, oh, we should watch the Slenderman thing to try getting Slenderman. And then other person's like, oh no, I don't think we should do that. Because they're like all sassy teenage girls, so they have to do that thing. Anyway, I wrote notes down as well to like improve the film if I were to make the film. Yes, a 17-year-old person, kid, who knows nothing about the world can make a better film than the director, producer and writer of this film. I could probably do it better. I'm saying that both ironically and unironically. I wrote down it would have been a lot better if it was the group of kids or just a person trying to save the red-headed person that gets, she's the first person that gets taken by Slenderman. So Slenderman should be more like Mr. Sinister. I'm not sure what the actual creature's name is, but the creature, the monster demon person from the Sinister films. So that creature, that demon from the Sinister franchise, yeah, I think Slenderman should have been more like him, looked more like him, had just as good a CGI as him, because Slenderman in this film looks like the Slenderman Hidden Pages game, like the video game of Slenderman. It looks terrible. So what I'm basically saying is that this film is atrocious, should not have been made, but yet it still was made somehow. How is this legal? I don't know. So this film is just a Y. It's a Y. I rate this film a Y. Cause like I'm being honest now. I'm being sincere. Like I'm completely 110% being genuine. There is no reason that this film should have been as bad as it was, yet somehow it just blew my mind and my expectations out of the water. It was the worst horror film I have ever seen. This piece of garbage trash has no redeeming qualities apart from the fact that it has Slenderman in it, and some of the sound design is really good, and also the like creepiness, like the weird, they have some weird elements and some creepy shots, but they just overuse it to a point where it makes the film like a comedy and a parody of itself. And there's one scene in particular that reminds me, like it's almost a shot for shot remake of that one scene in Truth or Dare, where it's like you know, a lovey-dovey scene, and then for some reason Slenderman chooses to possess this person, or like does something, and like this person's eyes turn into like venom. Person just looks like venom. Why and what? I don't get this. I don't understand it. Please send help my way. Yeah, that is literally the review of this film. My review of this film. It is a complete garbage fire. I am stuttering over my own words. Why, please, why was this film even made? Anyway, with that said, I hope you still enjoyed this disastrous, weird review. I'm not good at reviews, never done them, never will do them, unless you guys want me to do them. So yeah, like this video if you want, subscribe if you want, so we can hit 100 gosh darn diddly do subscribers. That would be pretty awesome. And also comment down below for anything if you want. Also, before you guys click off the video, I just want to mention that I have started streaming on Twitch. There, follow me on Instagram, because I like taking pictures. I have a camera. I take nice pictures, I think. Follow my Instagram and also my Twitch, which I try. Okay, I'm still experimenting with Twitch. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a constant thing or like once in a blue moon thing, but either way, you should follow my Twitch and also my Instagram. So with that said, review of the film, terrible, garbage fire, deserves to never have been made, yet it was still made. We live in the worst timeline. So with that said, I will see you guys next time.